Hello again, this is Randy back in the shop. Today we're going to be working on the hit and miss engine again. I need to make the cam lobe that's going to ride on the push rod, and I'm going to make it out of this material right here. It's got to have a whole board in it here to fit on this bushing, and there's going to be a set screw in the end which will lock it in place. Then I need to turn a 375 radius on this end and a 575 on this end. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the mill and I'm going to machine this end flat. And then we're going to bore the hole in it. And I made an arbor to mount this on the rotary table with. And we'll machine. It's got to have a 30-degree angle on both sides, and then the 575 radius across this end. So let's head on over to the mill and get started. All right. I got to make sure I tighten that down. Second here. Okay. Okay, I got this end machined flat. Now what I got to do is I got to find this edge and the center, and then we're going to machine a hole in it. All right, now I got to come over 450 thousandths from this edge and put her a hole in. We'll come back here. to 0. We'll come in 100. That'll put the center finder right over the edge. Right there. And then we'll come in 450. Right there. They're calling for the hole to be 502 thousandths, so probably what I'm going to do is drill a 7/16 hole and then put the boring head in, and we'll bore that to the right size. We have to change the drill chuck. Okay. Alright. See if we get this drilled out here. All right, I got the boring head set up. The hole is currently at 463. So I'm gonna take 5 thousandths here. Right there. And that should put it at 473. I got to go to 502. we go. I'll check it here just to make sure. $572.5. Set the dial indicator here at 0. And if we take 10, that should put it at 592. This would be actually, you know, because it's 10 thousandths per side, so that'll be 20 total. All right, I'm going to lower the head down here and take a snap gauge, and we're going to measure it. Okay, I made another pass through this off camera, and we'll measure this with a snap gauge here and see where we're at. You're at 501 and 9/10. See if this fits on here. Yep, fits. Okay. Now what I gotta do is I gotta put this in the vise, stand it up, and I gotta drill and tap for a set screw here. I'm not sure on the size. I gotta double check. I'll be back. Okay, the hole I gotta drill in the end here, I found center both ways, so I'm on the center of it. Has got to be 440 for a 440 set screw, so it's a number 43 drill. And I'm going to take this out of gear. I thought I was. Huh. Oh, I know. Yep, right there. Still not real familiar with this machine. I got to get used to it. Okay. All right, this part of it is done. The hole is all tapped. What I have to do now, I made a mandrel for mounting this. I have to get the rotary table centered. And then I got to turn this back radius here and then mill the sides and turn the end. Machine the end of it. All right, I used the coaxial indicator to find the center of this part here. It's within about a 1/2 thousandth. Now I can go ahead and mount my plate on there that I'm going to make the cam out of, and I have to indicate it straight. All right, I got an indicator on this here to indicate it in. Ooh. Need to tighten that set screw a little bit more. Put my Allen wrenches right here. Put them back where they're supposed to be. Okay, snug that up just a little bit here. All right, let's see what this does here. I'll zero this out again. All right. All right, I have this indicated in here. So it's straight. Now I got to take this out, put an end mill in, and we can start cutting it. All right, here we go. Help if I put it in gear first. Keep forgetting that. taking real small bites at it because I don't want that piece to turn. I got it really tight, but better be safe than sorry. Okay, this is the last pass for this end. Okay, I'm going to start making my 30-degree cut here. I'm going to come down with the cutter here a little bit. And I'm going to raise the knee till it just touches. That's not right. I don't think that's right at all. Okay, I'm going to try something different here. I think the way I was doing it was right, but I'm going to do the 575 radius first. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm cutting this is going to be the tall end of the lobe. Okay, I think this is going to be the final cut on the tip of the lobe here. I'm machining down till this piece is going to fall off. Looks like it's going to take one more yet. got to be like cigarette paper thin. Okay. All right, I'm back to milling the side of the lobe now. One more pass here and this side will be done. Okay. Well, it's all done, I think. Let's take this off here and have a look. If I can get it off. This is a really snug fit. Here it goes. Get a small Allen wrench here in that hole for the set screw, and that way I can pull up on it a little bit. Here we go. Needs a little bit of filing on it, but that's it right there. I'll file these corners off just a little bit. I got a little bit of a bump in it right here. This side is good, but I'll go over it with a file and give it a test fit. Well, the cam fits and it actuates the push rod. And how this lockout lever works, when the when the governor is up to speed and the valve opens, this arm comes up against there, and when you turn it, it holds the, when you turn the motor, it will hold the exhaust valve open. So it keeps it from closing all the way. It's got a little spring down in it there, and a little adjusting knob here. I don't know exactly how you have to adjust it or anything like that. I haven't read on it yet. The only thing that's left is the cam needs to get pinned to the timing gear, but I can't do that till after I set the timing. I got to set the timing on it. I gotta read how they want you to do that. So this gear is going to have to come back off, and it's got to have a 1/16 inch hole drilled through the cam lobe right in the center, in line with the gear, and it gets driven in place to lock it in place. Well, that's going to bring a close to this video. I think next I'll probably do the muffler. I got two raw castings for the muffler. They have to get done. I'll get that done, and then probably we'll start on the fuel mixer. I got all the castings for that. And I got to make the fuel shutoff valve. There's a bunch of parts that I got to make for that. But in the Bridgeport video, when I was pulling it apart, the adjusting screw for the knee gib was seized in the knee. Rusted into place. I couldn't get it out. He had just a tiny little, about 300 thousandths wide slot that stuck up a little bit, and I couldn't turn it with a regular screwdriver. So I got an impact driver out and ended up breaking one half of it off. So then the only situation was to get the screw out. So I took a die grinder, ground it flat, center punched it, and drilled it till I could break the head off. And then I put two nuts on the remaining part of the thread that was sticking up. There was about, 1/2 to 5/8 of an inch of thread sticking up. Loctited two nuts on there and soaked it good with penetrating oil, and beat on the end of the screw that was threaded on the nuts, beat on that with a hammer and a punch, and finally after about 3 hours I got it out, and this is what was left. You can see on the end here where I beat it out with a punch. And this is exactly how much that was sticking up, because I mushroomed the bottom of this here, beating on it, and finally got the thing to break loose. I didn't want to snap it off, because then I'm really in a world of hurt, having to drill it and try to extract it, or drill it and retap and all that kind of stuff. It was easier just to make another adjusting screw than it was to try to drill it and retap it. I was just about ready to give up on it, and all of a sudden I felt it did something different, and I kept working it and working it and working it, and got it out. So But you got to see the Bridgeport running today. It worked really good. I'm really happy with it. So anyway, hope everybody's having a great day, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.